I bear witness that he who hath known thee hath known God, and that he who hath attained unto thy presence hath attained into the presence of God. Great, therefore, is the blessedness of him who hath believed in thee and in thy signs, and hath humbled himself before thy sovereignty, and hath been honored with meeting thee, and hath attained the good pleasure of thy will, and circled around thee, and stood before thy throne. Woe betide him that hath transgressed against thee, and hath denied thee, and repudiated thy signs, and gainsaid thy sovereignty, and risen up against thee, and waxed proud before thy face, and hath disputed thy testimonies, and fled from thy rule and thy dominion, and been numbered with the infidels, whose names have been inscribed by the fingers of thy behest upon thy holy tablets. Waft then unto me, O my God, and my beloved, from the right hand of thy mercy and thy loving kindness, the holy breaths of thy favors, that they may draw me away from myself and from the world, unto the courts of thy nearness and thy presence. Potent art thou to do what pleaseth thee. Thou truly hast been supreme over all things. Baha'u'llah.
Say, rejoice not in the things ye possess. Tonight they are yours. Tomorrow others will possess them. Thus warneth you he who is the all-knowing, the all-informed. Say, can ye claim that what ye own is lasting or secure? Nay, by myself, the all-merciful. The days of your life flee away as the breath of wind, and all your pomp and glory shall be folded up, as were the pomp and glory of those gone before you. Reflect, O people, what hath become of your bygone days, your lost centuries? Happy the day that had been consecrated to the remembrance of God, and blessed the hours which have been spent in praise of him who is the all-wise. Baha'u'llah, gleanings from the writings of Baha'u'llah.
From the tablets of Abdul Baha. Be thou not unhappy. The tempest of sorrow shall pass. Regret will not last. Disappointment will vanish. The fire of the love of God will become enkindled, and the thorns and briars of sadness and despondency will be consumed. Be thou happy. Rest thou assured upon the favors of Baha, so that uncertainty and hesitation may become non-existent, and the invisible outpourings descend upon the arena of being. If thou art seeking after spiritual tranquility, turn thy face at all times toward the kingdom of Abha. If thou art desiring divine joy, free thyself from the bonds of attachment. If thou art wishing for the confirmations of the Holy Spirit, become thou engaged in teaching the cause of God. If the friends and relatives are keeping themselves at a distance from thee, be thou not sad, for God is near to thee. Associate thou as much as thou canst with the relatives and strangers. Display thou loving kindness, show thou forth the utmost patience and resignation. The more they oppose thee, shower thou upon them the greater justice and equity. The more they show hatred and opposition toward thee, challenge thou them with great truthfulness, friendship, and reconciliation. Praise be to God, thou art near to the kingdom of Abha. Rest thou assured. With all my soul and spirit, I am thy companion at all moments. Know this, thou, of a certainty.
One of the basic principles of Baha'u'llah's teachings is that we should share the wealth we acquire, but that one first must acquire wealth, both spiritual and material, before one can share it. And this is from Abdul Baha. Therefore, let your faces be more radiant with hope and heavenly determination to serve the cause of God, to spread the pure fragrances of the divine rose garden of unity, to awaken spiritual susceptibilities in the hearts of mankind, to kindle anew the spirit of humanity with divine fires, and to reflect the glory of heaven to this gloomy world of materialism. When you possess these divine susceptibilities, you will be able to awaken and develop them in others. We cannot give our wealth to the poor unless we possess it. How can the poor give to the poor? How can the soul that is deprived of the heavenly bounties develop in other souls the capacity to receive those bounties? Array yourselves in the perfection of divine virtues. I hope that you may be quickened and vivified by the breaths of the Holy Spirit. Then shall ye indeed become angels of heaven, whom Christ promised would appear in this day to gather the harvest of the divine planting. This is my hope. This is my prayer for you. That's from the Promulgation of Universal Peace.
Abdul Baha. O seeker of truth, if thou desirest that God may open thine eyes, thou must supplicate unto God, pray to and commune with him. O Lord, I have turned my face into the kingdom of thy oneness, and am immersed in the sea of thy mercy. O Lord, enlighten my sight by beholding the light of thy dark night, and make me happy by the wine of thy love in this wonderful age. O Lord, make me hear thy call, and open before my face the doors of thy heaven, so that I may see the light of thy glory and become attracted to thy beauty. Verily thou art the giver, the generous, the merciful, and the forgiving. Abdul Baha.
All men have proceeded from God, and unto him they shall return. All shall appear before him for judgment. He is the Lord of the day of resurrection, of regeneration, and of reckoning, and his revealed word is the balance. True death is realized when a person dieth to himself at a time of his revelation, in such wise that he seeketh not except him. True resurrection from the sepulchres means to be quickened in conformity with his will through the power of his utterance. Praise is attainment of his good pleasure, and everlasting hellfire his judgment through justice. The day he revealed himself is resurrection day, which shall last as long as he ordained. Everything belongeth unto him and is fashioned by him, and all besides him are his creatures. The Bab.
Lord, pitiful are we. Grant us thy favor. Poor, bestow upon us a share from the ocean of thy wealth. Needy, do thou satisfy us. Abased, give us thy glory. The fowls of the air and the beasts of the field receive their meat each day from thee, and all beings partake of thy care and loving kindness. Deprive not this feeble one of thy wondrous grace, and vouchsafe by thy might unto this helpless soul thy bounty. Give us our daily bread, and grant thine increase in the necessities of life, that we may be dependent on none other but thee, may commune wholly with thee, may walk in thy ways and declare thy mysteries. Thou art the Almighty, and the loving and the provider of all mankind, Abdul-Baha.
Some men's lives are solely occupied with the things of this world, and their minds are so circumscribed by exterior manner and traditional interests that they are blind to any other realm of existence, to the spiritual significance of all things. Like an animal, they have no thought beyond their own physical well-being. It is true that these necessities must be dispatched. Life is a load which must be carried on while we are on earth. But the cares of the lower things of life should not be allowed to be monopolized by all thoughts and aspirations of the human being. The heart's ambitions should ascend to a more glorious goal. Mental activity should rise to higher levels. Men should hold in their souls the vision of the celestial perfection, and there prepare for a dwelling place for an inexhaustible bounty of divine spirit. Abdul-Baha, The Realities of Man.
From the hidden words of Baha'u'llah. O befriended stranger, the candle of thy heart is lighted by the hand of my power. Quench it not with the contrary winds of self and passion. The healer of all thine ills is remembrance of me. Forget it not. Make my love thy treasure and cherish it, even as thy very sight and life.